think we're lost.
No, I don't think so. This map says you should be somewhere up here.
Come this way.
How will we know it's him?
He'll be standing on water.
He's right there.
Hold up. I need his truth, too.
Did you bring me any money?
No.
No? What the fuck? Okay. What is it you seek?
What happens when we die?
Your heart stops and your breathing stops.
How can I get rich?
Jesus saves, but Moses invests.
What is the meaning of life?
Whatever you make of it.
What is the truth? And will it set me free?
The shackles you wear, you put on. The truth. You can't handle the motherfucking truth!
I've been there and I've been here.
I've been places far and near. I stared the devil in the eye. The subject is morality and religion. And let me tell you, brothers and sisters, they aren't the same thing. Let's take a look at our Webster's New Universal Unabridged Dictionary. Now, working with this not only builds your brain, it builds your muscles. All right. Morality. Principles of right and wrong in conduct and ethics. Now, you can tell by this definition, it doesn't say anything about God. It just says right and wrong. And right and wrong exists whether there is a God or not. That's pretty obvious. Now, what does this say about religion? Here we go again. Any specific system of belief, worship, conduct, etc., often involving a code of ethics and a philosophy. Well, that code of ethics and a philosophy are what we call dogma. And dogma is a prescribed doctrine proclaimed by a particular group to be true. Like, for instance, with the Catholics, the infallibility of the Pope is part of their dogma. You're expected to believe it. You're expected to think it's true. Now, here's how the difference of these two definitions works out in reality. Morality tells you it is wrong to kill someone, except, of course, for self-protection or to save someone else's life. But dogma, on the other hand, it allows you to kill. For instance, if you're a Sunni, you can kill a Shiite, or vice versa. If you're a Shiite, you can kill a Sunni. That's acceptable in their dogma. The Christians, during the 30 Years' War, Protestant was slaying Catholic, and Catholic was slaughtering Protestant, all for dogma. Now, different religions obviously will have different dogmas. And when these dogmas come into play against each other, they usually result in violence. Religious differences lead to things like the Crusades. Kill a Muslim for Jesus. He'll thank you for it. Or the terrorist attacks that we have been suffering through the last 20 odd years. Now, I'm not saying that religions don't do some good, and that they don't have morality. But come on, they got a lot of other crazy shit too, all right? A good thing that came out of religion, as far as we're talking about morality, came from the Jewish religion, and that is the Ten Commandments. Only 7 are valid morality points, because the first 3 just deal with God. Number 1, I am the Lord thy God, thou shalt have no false gods before me. Number 2, keep holy the Lord's day. Number 3, do not take the name of the Lord in vain. Like when you stub your toe and you go, God damn it, that hurt. But number 4. Now here's where we're going to get into the 7 that actually deal with human morality. Number 4 is honor your father and your mother. What kind of a fucked up little piece of shit are you that you don't respect your parents who gave you birth, sustained you, supported you, and you can't give them respect? Now, of course, if your parents were sleazebags, molesters, or abusers, that's another matter. Number 5, thou shalt not kill. Oh, fucking duh. Number 6, thou shalt not commit adultery. It's okay only if you're French. But in reality, I've always been kind of tripped out by this, you know? I mean, it's like, adultery, you have to be married. But if you're single, it's fornication. So it doesn't say thou shalt not commit fornication. So I guess it's okay if you're single. I don't know. We better ask Dogma about that. Number 7, thou shalt not steal. Especially from me, motherfucker. Number 8, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Hi, cabrón. How many guys and how many women's have gone through that one? Number 9, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Stop looking at that shit. That's my shit. And number 10, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Now that means stop talking shit about people when you know it's a lie, but you would swear that it's true. Now these last 7 do fall within the scope of human morality. And a lot of religions tout them, but that doesn't make those religions necessarily true. All right? Because religions deal with more than just morality. They weave dogma into their morality. And they weave money collecting into their morality. And all the time this is going on, they're giving us all these scandals. And then there's all the killing that is associated with religion. Now, Richard Dawkins, the famous ethologist and evolutionary biologist and famous atheist, he says people belong to a religion for 3 reasons. They are tradition, authority, and revelation. Let's take a look at them. Tradition. Ay, somos católicos. We have all always been Catholics. It's part of our family. Authority. We do it because the Holy Book says. Now, which Holy Book? Is it the Bible? Is it the Quran? Is it the Vedas? Which one is it? Or, of course, there's other ones I haven't mentioned. And last but not least, revelation. Shazam! God appears before Moses in the burning bush, and he gives him the 10 Commandments. You know, or he appears before Muhammad, and he gives Muhammad all their rules and their precepts of which they're to follow. Kind of an interesting thing is, Buddha told his followers, don't turn me into a deity, and don't make my teachings into a religion. And of course, they didn't listen to him. That's why we have Buddhism. Morality is a fact. Evil is evil whether there is a God or not. To rape, to kill, to steal, those 7 things we talked about, they have provable bad consequences. Cause and effect. Very easily provable. And that's why religion and science have always been at odds. Science deals on conclusions made from empirical evidence, not unprovable myths and superstitions. I've always found religion to basically be a business. The Vatican is one of the richest countries in the world. And it ain't only the Catholics. How about those televangelists? Joel Osteen looking slick and handsome. Pat Robertson weaving religion and politics together. And of course, the most vulgar, Creflo Dollar, preaching that he wants his super jet, and that, who are you to tell me I can't dream? Yeah, on the backs of poor fucking people, man. The truth is, these guys would have nothing to do with Jesus, who was a homeless, unemployed, Jewish socialist. Bernie Sanders? Oh, no, excuse me. But Jesus wouldn't have anything to do with these guys either. I'm certain other religions all around the world are doing the same thing, collecting money through their religious efforts. Not to mention all the sexual predation. I know some religions have done good in the world, but couldn't we just do good for humanity's sake, for morality's sake, for honor's sake? Do we have to attach it to a deity that probably doesn't exist in the first place? Lenin hit it right on the head when he said, religion is the opium of the people. But the purpose of this talk is not to turn you away from your God or against your God. It's about you being sensitive enough not to judge others who don't quite equate your religion as the last word of what constitutes morality. I'm not saying religion is evil or inherently evil, though it has been many times through actions and vision. I believe religious people can be generous and kind. In fact, religion can inspire and has inspired beautiful music and great art and some wonderful charitable deeds. Now that's the good side of religion. But the arrogance, the abuse of power, the constantly searching and amassing wealth, that's what irks me. When I was a very young boy, a young Catholic, I had a few religious rapture moments. At my first Holy Communion, I take the host. I feel the Spirit. My body and soul are a house of the Lord. I am so caught up, I'm crying. And then I look over, and all the other kids who just got their first Holy Communion, they're all looking at me and going, "Look at that guy," and they're laughing at me. But I'm older, wiser, and more sophisticated now. And that little boy, well, he's gone. Nevertheless, as an adult, I have had some very moving and genuine spiritual moments. I said spiritual, not religious. By spiritual, I mean feelings and sensations that are otherworldly. Something that goes beyond your normal range of emotions and mental and sensory data experience. Some of them, I will admit, were chemically induced, but great spiritual moments that gave me great insight and allowed me to communicate with nature, and pretty powerful stuff. Am I an atheist? No, I think the best description of me would be an agnostic, which basically means I don't know. And you know what? You don't know either. But what I do know is that all of these past and present man-invented religions are a bunch of bullshit. If there is a God, it is something like Gia, the life force that permeates this planet and probably the universe. That the life force that has brought life back 5 different times after after 5 great extinctions, and will continue to do so after we're done with the one we're in right now. We are in the 6th extinction, the Holocene, and it's man-made, and we're going to wipe everyone out, including ourselves. But that's a subject for another blog. The fact is, pondering your insignificance in the universe can be quite sobering, frightening, depressing, but the reality of the matter is you have the now, that you know. Make the most of it. Make it count. love and laugh. Consider the real morality of the things you do. Do it for honor. Don't do it for some deity who may or may not exist. Do it for humanity. Do it for morality. Now, the fact is, that big payoff you're waiting for, well, scientific odds are that it's not going to be there when you get there. The good news is, when you get there, you're not going to know you're there, and you're not going to know it's not. So, this is Viejo Fontes, thanking you for visiting me again. I hope I touched some important points to you, some interesting facts, some debatable discussions out there, thought-provoking, hopefully. I ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube Chingadera, and definitely go to www.viejofontes.com and subscribe to that. Give me your comments at the bottom. Oh yeah, and if you're on Facebook, I write a poem a day. Hit the like and hit the share. All right. I feel like I'm running for office in high school. This is Viejo Fontes, zooming out.